Oh, that's an easy move for y'all. Y'all come here and box me up real quick, probably clip me, then go home.
As a business, I understand. I ain't gonna hate on the decision, but as a man
Your
and as
pride will get
a
in the way.
fighter with my integrity,
Jake Paul is leveling up his boxing game like never before. As he prepares for his upcoming showdown with the powerhouse Gervonta Tank Davis, Jake has made a bold move, bringing in the slick and ultra-talented Shakur Stevenson as his sparring partner. Shakur's lightning speed, pinpoint defense, and technical brilliance make him the perfect match to simulate Tank's style and power. For Jake, this isn't just another training camp, it's a mission. After 5 years of grinding in the ring, he's confident that this high-caliber preparation will unlock his best version yet. Every punch, every round, and every sweat-drenched session is part of a plan to silence the doubters. Jake isn't just training to compete, he's training to conquer. With his newfound speed, sharpened reflexes, and iron determination, he's ready to prove he's not just a YouTube star turned boxer but a true warrior ready to shock the world by knocking out Gervonta Davis and claiming his place among boxing's elite.
Prepare for, like you said, a guy who is shorter than you. How do you find a sparring opponent to replicate something that obviously, there's nobody else out there that's Tank Davis. How do you prepare for a guy that's different stature-wise?
Yeah, no, we have world champions. Raymond Ford in the 130-pound weight class. We got Montana Lovin. Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week. So
Wow.
just sparring against guys on their level and people who have, been doing this their whole entire lives. But we're really focusing on speed. And not as much on power. I'm not doing as much like weightlifting and all of that stuff. I'm actually trying to like lose some muscle so that I have less weight and so that my punches.
Jake Paul's rise from social media sensation to legitimate boxer has been nothing short of astonishing. Over the past few years, he's proven that his transition to the ring is no publicity stunt. With multiple official wins already under his belt, Jake has shown real discipline, focus, and technical growth that few expected. Despite endless criticism and constant scrutiny, he refuses to back down. Instead, he channels the doubt into fuel, grinding harder every day to perfect his craft. Now, as he prepares for the toughest test of his career against Gervonta Tank Davis, Jake knows the stakes have never been higher. This isn't just another fight, it's his chance to redefine how the world sees him. Every jab, every combination, every drop of sweat represents his relentless pursuit of greatness. With unshakable confidence and an unmatched work ethic, Jake Paul is ready to prove that his evolution is real and that he has what it takes to shock the boxing world once again.
The world and even shock myself and show myself what I'm capable of.
When you picture how it goes down, is there something that you see yourself doing? Do you see yourself knocking him out? Do you imagine being victorious? And what would that mean for you? A guy, again, who has only been in this sport for a couple of years. You've turned it on its head. You've had a massive impact, clearly, in just a few years, but it's only been a few years. That's the bottom line.
No, exactly. This is my 5th year as a pro, and so I've had to progress faster than anyone else in the sport to be able to compete at this level and to be able to hang in there with these guys. But I do believe that I have the power and the offense to be able to walk Tank into a knockout like I've done with other opponents and set them up for it. And so I am fully confident in my ability, and I think it would be one of the craziest upsets in a long time.
Yeah. Well, one of the craziest upsets ever, probably in many people's eyes. Well, I think I saw Cardi B just put a $250,000 bet down. It was a parlay, I believe, on Aspen all over Cyril Gahn. But then for Tank to beat you, have you seen that? And what do you think about Cardi B potentially placing a $250,000 bet here?
I didn't know.
I saw it on.
Jake Paul's decision to bring Shakur Stevenson into his training camp marks a powerful statement about how seriously he's taking his upcoming fight. This isn't just a publicity move, it's a sign of real dedication and growth. According to Paul, Stevenson personally reached out and offered to help, adding authenticity and respect to this collaboration. To replicate Gervonta Tank Davis's speed, precision, and southpaw stance, Jake has surrounded himself with several elite left-handed fighters, forcing him to adapt to unfamiliar angles, defensive footwork, and tricky counterpunch timing. This well-rounded sparring setup is sharpening his reflexes and teaching him to think like a true tactician in the ring. Gone are the days when Jake relied solely on power. Now, his focus is on discipline, rhythm, and endurance. Training alongside a technician like Stevenson gives him a professional edge, blending strategy with strength. This phase of preparation proves Jake Paul isn't just chasing headlines, he's chasing greatness, determined to evolve into a fighter worthy of competing among boxing's elite.
We got some great guys coming in, some really experienced southpaws that are smaller. I think Montana Love is coming in. Shakur Stevenson wants to come in. Jermaine Ortiz. We're going to hit up Erickson, Lugan, some of these guys. So we're just going to bring in a plethora of fighters that are fast.
Despite the ongoing debate surrounding celebrity boxing, the sport continues to maintain its timeless appeal and deep-rooted tradition. Fans still flock to major fights not just for the spectacle, but for the nostalgia, respect, and raw emotion that boxing evokes. The highly anticipated clash between Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis has reignited passionate discussions across gyms, forums, and social platforms alike. Fighter Brian Mendoza shared his perspective, emphasizing that opportunities like these represent the sport's natural evolution. In his view, if an athlete can attract attention, engage audiences, and generate revenue, then their participation benefits boxing as a whole. After all, this is both a sport and a business, and in boxing, attention often translates directly into opportunity. Both Paul and Davis have earned their moment under the lights. Their bout isn't just another event, it's a reflection of how boxing continues to adapt, thrive, and remain relevant in an age where social media rules and short attention spans dominate the entertainment world.
Man, it's crazy, but people getting paid off of it.
Yeah.
So if he can call any one of y'all out and y'all can get that payday, I say go get it, baby. I'm not mad at it.
For me, and I'm not mad at this move at all for Tank Davis, but I think when it comes to boxing fans, there's an essence that comes with this sport, and it's an essence that hasn't been lost, unlike other sports. For an example, with football, we come from the hitting days.
Yeah.
Can't hit nowadays. You know what I mean? So boxing hasn't lost its essence. They're trying to make it safer and all those sorts of things, but there's still this pureness to boxing that really doesn't exist in sports anymore, but it's still there with boxing. I think that's why people have such a problem with this kind of move from Tank Davis.
Is it more the heart? How do you guys feel being boxers?
Man, like once you hear the numbers, I'm like they're talking like I don't know the official one. They're talking about 100 mil.
Oh, damn.
They're talking about these insane numbers. Like I'm gonna be like, don't take that. I'm not gonna tell another man not to take that type of check, especially for something like that. It's not on your official record. It's an exhibition. I'm not gonna lie here and act like I'm not gonna say yes to 100 million or something like that. But I do see exactly what you're saying about the essence of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would kind of separate it a little more because exhibitions have always been a thing. There's always been an argument.
Right.
But they're just selling it like a real fight almost.
Right.
So I think that maybe if we could create a better like distinction, more of a difference,
Right.
there might be less hate on it. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not gonna tell Tank not to take that fight.
And I said this last year. I said create a influencer title and let those guys fight over there in the influencer world. They can live the world and the life of.
The rise of crossover boxing has completely reshaped how the sport connects with audiences. Fighters like Jake Paul have brought an entirely new wave of fans into the boxing world, people who might never have tuned in before. Whether you love it or hate it, the numbers don't lie. These events generate massive viewership, sponsorships, and business opportunities that help keep boxing alive in the digital era. The blend of entertainment and elite competition may seem controversial, but it's also what keeps the sport relevant in a world of short attention spans and viral content. As boxing evolves, matchups like Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis and the potential face-off between Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis highlight the sport's two faces, showmanship and pure skill. Both are necessary for boxing's survival and global appeal. Whether you stand with tradition or embrace the new era, one thing's for sure, boxing is far from fading, it's transforming before our eyes. So, if you're passionate about the fight game, make sure to subscribe, share, and like this video, because the next round of boxing history is only just beginning.